remember getting an award, the Dynasty Warzone League, which is now defunct. After I won the league, they folded because that was about to go on a run too. This league was like
the
one of those.
Warzone League.
Yeah, it was like a 2019 league, and I remember being like, "Oh man, if I had known this was going to be sleeper, I wouldn't have joined. Wouldn't have got into this." And now, like half of my leagues are sleeper.
Yeah, dude, because you and Justin just joined. Which one did he just join? One of the Renegades, right?
Renegades. Yeah, you got into Renegades.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Remember? So 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, I fucking hate MFL. Who's coming with me? Let's go. Just we'll have some HQ leagues. Probably 4 years ago at this point, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, let's have HQ leagues, but they're not HQ leagues, right? Because I didn't want more listener leagues. And there's a reason for that, right? You leave a show and there's listener leagues, you probably shouldn't be in that league anymore, right? Because you're not a part of that show. So I think everybody knows me and Scott were with Dynasty Trades in 5 for a few years. And we recently just went our separate ways. Me and Scott and Clay staying obviously with Dynasty Trades in 5, and he's going to be actually kicking it off again this Tuesday. And assuming I'm near able to, I'll be watching it. But anyway, I dropped out of those listener leagues, and that was like,
oh wow,
5,
you had
6,
a bunch of those, right?
Yeah, 5 or 6, 7 leagues, and it's like, this is why you don't look. We all like to think we know what's going to happen in the future. Like, oh, I'm going to be here forever, but fuck, you don't know. You know what I mean? Things happen. So, and unfortunately, some of the people in the league weren't happy about that. Yeah. Like, oh, I can't believe you just up and left. I'm like, look, Clay's going to have 2 new, at least, of at least 1 new co-host. I think I'll have 2. It would make sense for them to come in since it's their show. Then it's like, you know what I mean? And then if me and Scott were to stay in, it's like living with your wife when she got married to someone else. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, you don't want. Yeah, it's that would make you a cuck, I think.
Right. So just so that's the only thing about listener leagues. So anyways, yeah, we started the OGs, and those leagues are still going. There's 3 of them. So.
And the Renegades League is kind of an HQ type of league, isn't it?
It was, right? But
it was like a Bizarro. It's like a Bizarro HQ league or something.
Right, because a lot of the people that started, well, obviously everyone that started in it was like an HQ listener. And then like some of them have left and we've replaced them. And some of them are like, now there's like this mix of like people that found me through Dynasty Trades in 5, not me. Well, yeah, whatever. They found me through Dynasty Trades in 5, or they found me on HQ and then now at DD. So it's like all these worlds melded into each other, and you know what I mean? Kind of dovetailed into each other. Because that's how I met Scott, right? Scott's been my longest partner.
Has he?
Dude, me and Scott have been doing Manic and Chill for probably a year less than I can't, like a year after we started Dynasty Trades HQ. Me and Scott started doing that show.
Okay.
And it's been in a couple different places.
2018 to HQ.
Right? Yeah. Something like that. But anyway, no one gives a shit about my
long ass time ago. But Destination Devi, what the hell is Destination Devi? What can you tell us about Destination Devi?
DD Fantasy Football now.
Oh,
DD Fantasy Football.
My apologies.
Yeah.
Double D Fantasy
Double D's. Nothing better than Double D's. Yeah, we have our own YouTube channel. Ray Garvin, Ray GQ. Everybody knows Ray. Ray's the I don't know how to put it. Like it's his shindig, right? And on his channel, he he had us doing fantasy content, and then he had his real NFL stuff, because he does real NFL stuff. Obviously, he talks fantasy, but he's doing NFL mock drafts, breaking down prospects and stuff like that. So right before the end of last year, he was like, we're going to go ahead and just create another channel just for fantasy. It's going to be DDFB, DD Fantasy Football YouTube channel. So that's where all of our fantasy content is. And I think matter of fact, we just hit 4,000 subscribers last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So we've dropped, dude, there's so much content that comes down there, because you got like me and Scott obviously do a show together. Then we both do shows separately. Scott does like 2 or 3 shows because Scott's a workaholic. And then we've got the dudes from Dynasty Theory part of the team. So
we got where's the application, man? We want to get in on this action, man. The hot sauce pod. Let's rock. Let's party.
Yeah, I've learned I like not being in charge of stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We have tried to get Ray on the show. Well, I tried one time. And, I did not. I did not get a response, and I did not send a follow up. Maybe I should have sent a follow up message, but that was a while back. I don't know. Maybe that was after the Rager stuff.
But, oh, Jalen Rager, man, good old Jalen Rager.
Just signed,
dude. So it's funny. I was I'm in the gym. I'm just reading, and they were talking about. They weren't talking because I was reading, but it's an Eagles article. They were talking about that they just signed, I think it's Avery Johnson as the punt or kick returner. I think that's his name. Whatever. He's replacing Britton Covey. And then for some reason, they brought up the 10 worst kick returners. Oh, I'm out again. They brought up the 10 worst kick returners by like yardage or something.
Right.
And Rager was, I think, bottom 5 in the league last year.
In the league.
Yeah. So he sucks.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I mean, have you ever had the Rager conversation with Ray?
No, I think we both want to just forget all about that.
That was a big deal back then, man. That's how he burst onto the scene. Like his Rager take was like his welcoming to fantasy football.
Oh, dude, I remember that, and I remember being all over Rager and convincing myself why it was a good pick and why Justin Jefferson wasn't all because
of it was all because of him. And I this friend of mine who was an Eagles fan. No, he did this breakdown on DLF. He was on a show with Ron McDowell, and oh my God, I sold. Like I was done listening to this, and I was like, Rager, baby. Rager, yes. And I remember this girl I know who was a huge Eagles fan, and she was, after the draft when they took Rager, she was so pissed, and she was like, "Why didn't they take Justin Jefferson? Why?" And I'm like, "Listen, it's gonna work out just fine, Jalen Rager." And I sent her that show. I was like, "Listen to this. You're gonna love this guy after this," because he was all over Rager, man.
Dude, anyway. I remember buying all the bullshit and then spitting it out what the Eagles gave you. Oh, he fits this. He fits this scheme better. He's the type of wide receiver we need more than Justin Jefferson. He fits the scheme better. And then you remember the Minnesota Vikings, they showed their war room and they were fucking celebrating when the Eagles took Rager because they were like, holy shit, we're getting Justin Jefferson here.
So, yeah, they whiff on a number 1 pick,
but
which many teams do, and still persevered.
Eagles draft Justin Rager there, right? That means they don't draft Devonta Smith. Who knows what happens with Carson Wentz? If they don't ever trade Carson Wentz, maybe they win, I don't know, an NFC championship with Carson Wentz, but not the Super Bowl. Then maybe they don't draft Hurts after the Super Bowl they won with Nick Foles. It's all dominoes. It's all butterfly effect.
Where's Sam Bradford in all this?
Sam Bradford got us a first, right? So if you go back, dude, everything. All I know is everything. If you look at the Carson Wentz trade and the tentacles out of it, it's not.
Or the Wentz injury,
right?
So the Eagles were like the best team in the league when he wrecked his knee. I literally had just sent a text to 2 of my Eagles fans buddies, and I was like, Wentz is the best quarterback in the league during that game. Yeah. And that's when he wrecked his knee. Like he was just commanding the offense, man. He looked like he looked like just a commander back there.
Dude, he was he was gonna be he was good. I don't know what else to say, dude. He was amazing. And then I don't know. It just all fell apart. You know what it is? He just kept getting injured and took away his mobility. And it's, obviously he wasn't Lamar Jackson back there, but that mobility, he needed that. Like he needed that to separate himself. Because when he just couldn't move, dude, he was just trash. And then, they drafted Hurts and he was in Hurts and he went in fucking shambles. Just fell apart. So whatever. Look, if not for him, the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl that year, right? That's just like, it's all, you needed all that. You needed him to destroy that season so that Foles could come in and have his magical run. So it all works out, right? If he doesn't, if he's responsible for 2 Eagles wins, right? If he doesn't fucking go to shambles after they draft Hurts, maybe he stays the starter. Maybe if he was just average and wasn't a crybaby, maybe he stayed in Philadelphia and the Eagles don't win another Super Bowl or go to 2 more Super Bowls. But instead, he acted like a little bitch, cried his way out of the city because he didn't want to talk to his head coach. Now the Eagles got 2 Super Bowl appearances since he left and a Super Bowl win. So
speaking of little bitch, hey,
he's not just a little bitch.
No,
I'm
a big old
big
bitch. What
bitch.
the hell?
I was waiting for the segue. I'm just waiting for Shane to stop, and whatever he ends with, I'm segueing Justin into it.
I feel like
so happen to say little bitch.
I feel like a little bitch because I've done something to my back. We went camping last night.
What happened?
Like I don't know. Something in my upper back is like pinched or I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have to sit up like this the whole night, which is really weird. Or I'm gonna try to lay down in a second like I normally do. Because it wouldn't be a hot sauce podcast if I'm sitting on my couch.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, I don't remember you ever. What is this bullshit?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
try
remember
this.
you. This is too professional for you.
Oh, look at this. Run DFF is all maimed. He's maimed.
Yeah.
We gotta think. I mean, I wish I had known. So I would have thought of. I need some more time to think of some more words here to describe you.
All right, Eddie. Couple things. Eddie, ask Shane who his favorite NFL team is.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's being funny. That's humor here.
The accent gives it away. Yeah, I went to both Eagles parades. So I went to the one in 18. I went to the Art Museum. And if anyone, I don't know, obviously you're not from Philly, so you probably did not watch their Super Bowl parade, right? But the Art Museum is a pretty big area, and there was something like 2 million people packed in there. It was just a mass humanity. This year, I really didn't want to go, but my kids did, and this was the first year that they liked football, and it just so happened to be really good timing for it. So the Eagles, destroyed and kicked ass this year, so they wanted to go, so we went. So I just went on Broad Street, so it was still crowded, you know what I mean? But it's different. I don't know if you look it up. You look up on Google Art Museum Parkway versus Broad Street. Still thousands upon thousands of people. So it was a great time. Like me and my ex-wife, and kids went, and we were just standing next to these people. They had a bucket of Jello shots, and they're just like, "Hey, we got too many. You want any?"
What color?
Sure. Green.
Duh.
Of course.
I know.
Yeah. I tried to give my 16-year-old. I was like, "Oh, he's 15." But no, he's 16. I was like, "Bro, you want a Jello shot?" He's not like his dad. He was like, "No, I'm not doing that." And I'm like, "All right, buddy."
Any telephone pole stuff going on or what?
No, man. It's chill around Broad Street. It was really chill. It was just, we were tossing a football across the street from each other. It's a wide avenue. And people were just throwing the football across.
So you were not in the horse poo.
No, that was some weird rando that there's no way he was actually from Philly. He's probably from South Jersey or
one of those Cherry Hill folks.
Yeah, we don't claim them. Get out of here.
Them Jersey folks.
Hamilton or something or whatever. Is that even the name of it? That's far south. Like New Jersey is very small, but it's like also, I don't know. It seems it's kind of big. I guess. I don't know. So welcome, Justin Rogers. Hey, Run DFF.
Yo, yeah, something like that. Right. Yeah. Hi.
Justin, when's the last? Have you done a marathon lately?
No, I've not been running, man. I wrecked my ankle a while back, and I just didn't start running again. And I don't know. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to be motivated to actually get off my ass and go run. I don't know when that's going to be.
We have to
tore
do
it up pretty good.
Should we do a fundraiser?
Now I'm just a slacker.
Yeah, slacker.
That's it.
That's unfortunate.
Working on a beer gut.
Look at this.
You were nice and trim and thin.
Letting it go, baby.
Yeah, something like that. Exactly.
So me and Justin were trying to pull off a 3-way today.
Consummate something. Yeah.
We tried to have a 3-way. Well, I was the initiator.
Of course you were.
I mean, we're in a couple leagues together, right? We're in one of the OG leagues together. Right?
Are we? Are we?
Or didn't Justin just join one?
The Renegades.
Yes.
Renegades, and the CV Dynasty League.
Right. Are we in one of the OG leagues, Shane?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know we're in it, but are we in it? Like, is that league happening?
Yeah. These leagues
Is that
aren't bad.
Ruben? Is that the Ruben league?
No. I'm not talking about the literal HQ leagues. I'm just talking about the Renegade leagues.
Yeah.
No, the matter of fact, while we were here, I was just jumping in the comments for the HQ1 league, and I said, "So yeah," because this is going to be like me saying, "Yeah, I'm out, guys," in case you haven't noticed.
And that's why I looked at it. I'm like, dang it, I should totally drop this link in here.
I'm not sure that league.
So. No, look, the show stopped. Right, Mike. Unfortunately, he's got some health issues, so I don't think he's up for running that stuff. To be quite honest with you,
right.
So
it's a lot. You got it's a commitment,
dude. Life happens. It just does. It just does.
Like I've been trying to get Johnny Lobb on the show. He wants to come on, and I'm like, I'm excited to have him on after everything's done,
right?
Except for the draft. Like he's been on for the draft for our draft show that we have on every year, but he's also we usually have him on right after like the Super Bowl. Like we've never had him on like right when everything is kind of like post free agency and this and that. So but we haven't scheduled a date yet. So I don't know if that had anything to do with what you were talking about. But
no, I think you were just trying to talk about how it's hard to make plans because of life happening. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
So that's that. But back to this menage a trois.
Oh, so yeah, let's pull one off in OG Renegades, whichever Renegades we're in. I'm fine.
We're in 3.
I'm up for it.
So you
look, I pulled it up on my phone. Like, well,
it's 3.
So Larry has been trying to get Justin Fields off me all week long.
Right.
Jets.
Right. But underpay.
Oh yeah. Larry's very difficult. Like when you make a trade with him, it's this. There's just like one moment, this epiphany where out of nowhere, it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Did someone take Larry's phone? Did his kids take his phone? How did this offer come through? This makes no sense to me. Yeah, there's those moments. Absolutely.
Right.
I need picks. I have the 101. I need picks is what I need.
Yeah. Well, the problem here is that Larry tried to drag a guy in here and he wanted to get T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson off of him.
T for you and Garrett for me. We both win.
What was this guy getting?
We win. That guy loses bad though. Like
he was getting a handful of picks and a couple of players. Derrick Henry.
Do you want to know the final offer that Larry sent?
Yes.
It was Derrick Henry, Jacoby Myers, the 106 and the 202 for T and Garrett Wilson off that dude's team.
I'm sorry. Run that back for me.
Okay. T and Garrett Wilson. You got those, right?
Yes.
The 106. I'll kind of go in order of value.
Garrett Wilson, 106, all off the same guy.
No. Okay, so no, he's giving he's getting the guy would give up T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson. He would get the 106, Derrick Henry, the 202, and Jacoby Myers. No. And Larry's argument is the 106 is worth more than Garrett Wilson. Oh my God.
I mean, no.
No, and he's insistent upon it. I'm like, and Larry loves the idea of the shiny piece, and he thinks everybody should love the new shiny piece. Unfortunately, a lot of us aren't like just blinded by rookie picks. This guy's not going to trade Garrett Wilson for the 106 ish.
106
silly.
No, he should not do that.
Why isn't the 106 worth more than Garrett Wilson?
Because what player are you going to get at 106 that's going to be worth anything near Garrett Wilson? None of them.
You're going to have your choice at every single position.
Okay, that's fine. You have your choice of every single position in
everyone's going to be top end. It'll be either like the first tight end, it'll be in a 2-point tight end. It'll quite possibly could be Shedeur Sanders if you're desperate for a quarterback and if he gets for that early first round draft capital, or it could be one of the first wide receivers off the board. It could be Ted McMillan, Luther Brown, or Luther, whatever his name is.
Luther Brown.
What's his name?
Yeah,
not Luther Brown.
Lex Luthor. So, or it could be one of these top end running backs.
And Larry, you want to know something though. None of those guys is worth what Garrett Wilson is worth.
I disagree because
Then you should
dude,
be.
these running backs are going to be taking over the league. I'm telling you, when we see this
How
draft,
old is Garrett Wilson, Larry? How old is Garrett Wilson?
23 maybe.
Right, exactly. You're talking about a guy who has played with shit quarterbacks and put up 1,000 yards every year.
Yeah, and he's worth the 106.
No, he's worth the 103 ish.
103. So you're
At
going.
103,
So you're
I
going,
would say-
going Ashton Jinty, Cam Ward, and Garrett Wilson in this draft.
Yeah,
I would
I'm
take
taking
Garrett
Hampton
Wilson
over him.
You
Over
know,
Taking
Hampton?
Hampton over him. Yeah, I'll
That's
take
what I'm
Hampton over
talking
Garrett.
about. So you're taking
Okay.
Hampton over
So-
Garrett.
all
That
right,
bumps
so
him
there
to
you go,
104.
104.
Yeah,
You
so
got to go anything beyond that, Shane?
If I have no tight ends, and this is and Tyler Warren.
yeah. Colston
Get-
Loveland
get-
and Tyler
in a two-
Warren.
in a 2-point tight end.
You
Yeah.
I
can't
want to
give up
lock
Garrett
up that
Wilson.
position with the wide receiver just depth in the league as it is right now. And there are some wide receivers in this draft class too. I'm not sleeping on them.
Okay, so you could say that, but what if the guy has David Njoku and Kyle Pitts? So he's not.
So
devoid
Pitts,
of-
anyone that has Pitts wishes they didn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to start Pitts. Then.
And Njoku is. I mean, who are we going to see? And he never plays a full season.
You're not listening.
I have
I said he's
Njoku as
not
my
good.
only tight end in a league, and it's something that's it's in the back of my mind all the time that he's
You're
my
selling.
only
You're
tight end.
selling. You're selling a pipe dream to a dude that's not interested in a pipe dream, dude.
Well, I'm
Like,
telling you, I just rattled off. So now we're at 105, 106 here.
no, we're not.
Garrett-
We're at 104 because no one's going to take Tyler Warren over Garrett Wilson, even in a 2-point tight end premium.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
It's not happening. There's too much guessing with tight ends to just give up a piece like Garrett Wilson for a rookie tight end, not named Brock Bowers last year, which I would have done. There's just too much guessing. He's not. There is no Brock Bowers prospect in this draft.
Warren and Loveland are pretty good. Now, I mean, Brock Bowers.
They're pretty good. That's different than.
But they're
the prospect of the last whatever years.
yeah.
Because
But
Brock Bowers Kyle Pitts was here, and literally Brock Bowers was above him in prospect status. This we're talking about.
You're
I mean,
taking
look,
Bowers over Wilson.
Well, yeah, but we don't have a Bowers in this draft.
Well, I mean,
we
that
have Dan.
guy came out of nowhere. I
Okay,
mean, he put
yeah,
up
Loveland.
a historical season.
Yeah, I would say Loveland and Warren are
They're going to be
very,
first
very,
rounder.
very good, man.
They're very good. Generational is not what they are, though.
Mm.
Very
But
good.
I hear you. But anyway, we're
So
not
you can't
comparing
sell
these
the guy.
two.
So
But we're
Larry's
not comparing these two to. You're not trading them for Brock Bowers. You're trading from Garrett
No.
Wilson.
Right. But all I was
Right.
saying was that this is not the draft where you just trade everything for. No, the issue is that Larry's trying to sell this guy on getting rid of Garrett Wilson for the 106 when there's only 3 players. I don't even know if I would take him all, depending on where Hampton ends up in the draft, then possibly. But other than that, I mean, like, there's just you can't sell it.
I'm
You're
big
not
on
taking
Quinshawn,
Shador
too,
Sanders. You're not taking Shador Sanders over Garrett Wilson.
unlike
You're not taking the third running back off the board.
Maybe. Where's Quinshawn drafted? If it's Quinshawn or Trev, say Trevor and Henderson. Jesus,
That's
we're
what
gonna
I'm
do that.
saying. These running backs are going to land on these teams, and once landing
How
spots
many-
are determined,
First of all,
it's going to be a whole different ball game. That 106
then-
is going to take on a whole new life.
and then when Trevion Henderson ends up with Minnesota, who just re-signed Aaron Jones for 2 years, then what?
Oh, I don't care about that. I'm not worried
I
about
do.
Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones, but he's 37 years old.
Well, we all thought that about all these old running backs. Last year.
No, he's legitimately injured all the time and old. And even last year, look, he was smashing last year and then just disappeared on me. Jerk off.
There's no bias there. No.
Yeah. But I just sent Larry an offer. Let's see how he feels.
Oh.
What is Garrett Wilson's true value? That's a good question, man. I don't know what to do with Garrett Wilson, to be honest.
Well,
with
you want me to give you some DLF ADP current February?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
February.
I'd rather hear a value check.
Well, just to give you a Garrett Wilson. Okay, we could pivot into that, but so you know how DLF does their
Monthly, yes.
yeah. So it's based upon like a handful of mock drafts. And anyway, even if I give you Wilson's lowest ranking, which was 52 overall, earliest being 38. Anyway, 52. If I go to 52, he would still be the 102.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'll take the
he's
102.
probably valued at
Gonna
102.
change. That's going to change post draft. Cam Ward's going to move up once he gets taken 101 or whatever, and people are like, "Okay, we're in on that." That's going to change, but you're proving your own, or you're proving my point for me.
Well, I mean, it's also
That
kind
his
of
value is still.
They also have Chris Olave like up there, and I mean, what's
Chris? Okay, so
no,
Garrett Wilson was 58. Chris Olave's got to be 10 spots behind him at least.
At least.
Okay, so Chris Olave 64 overall. Wilson was 41. But what I'm saying is Cam Ward's at 80
difference.
Cam Ward's at 84 right now.
Yeah, no, Cam Ward's going to move up. That's just going to happen. But Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave are two different players because one is one to a concussion away from being disaster. You know, like Olave has as many concussions as to a Troy Aikman. You know, like he's the next Brandon Cooks, or he could be the next whatever receiver that bombed out, Percy Harvin. Yeah. You know,
I mean this ADP is kind of all over the place, but you know, it's just there's a point of reference that.
I mean, yeah, and for what it's worth, like I just did a mock draft, a Superflex Dynasty mock draft for DLF. I'll say it was this month. I'm not really sure, to be quite honest with you. I think it was this month. And I discovered a bug in the system where no one noticed that the rookies were in the draft. So when people are taking like, I don't know, whatever trash can you can think of in the 16th fucking round, MVS or some other gutter bag, I'm drafting like Jalen Noel. I'm drafting Colston Loveland. I'm drafting, you know what I mean?
And nobody's paying attention because it's that late now.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you're going to look at their ADP and be like, wait a minute, how's Loveland? Like, they would have been better off if I didn't even draft them because then they won't even appeared.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I got to look at their ADP. They might have just disregarded.
I wonder if they just tossed your
they probably.
You're like grabbing Zamir White.
Yeah.
And making them 30 spots higher.
Yeah. No, I think we've got to do better with trying to sell this guy. I mean, he doesn't want to give up T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson for old ass Derrick Henry in the 106.
No.
Listen, I got you're on.
But everything you sent him was centered around those two, and that's
it was around Wilson and Higgins. And I knew that you were down with. I figured you were down with that.
Sure, I'm down with that.
The 3-way trade on Sleeper, that's an option. Like you could create all these kinds of weird
12-way trade. Let's do it.
Right. You could do that with Sleeper. That has that capability. So for whatever reason today, like I said, I'm sitting around with my 3-year-old with his fever and I'm playing around on Sleeper and I'm just like, let me fuck around and
I
pull up a 3-way trade, which I've never done before. I don't know if you guys have.
I've done one.
I've done at least one, and pissed off some people with it.
With your 3-way trade, what was it? The other guy, like Weekend at Bernie's? Or?
I was at the top of the league, and I acquired Rob Gronkowski in the trade, and gave up some depth pieces. And this was a redraft league, and people were just pissed. And all it was me and a couple buddies sitting around drinking and figuring out how we can make a deal. So
redraft trades are funny.
3-way trade.
Everyone gets pissed at redraft trades.
They do. People hate it for their fucking redraft trade. All I was saying is I DM Larry and was like, we've got to figure out something better for this guy for this offer. And Larry we started arguing. You're like, the 106 is good enough. And
I was like, the 106 is Wilson and the 202 is Fields. So
yeah, but the problem is that guy is getting boned because you're trying to give up T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson for a bunch of two $2.50 for a bunch of nickels. I won't call them a full dollar. They're $2.50 for a bunch.
$2.50 for nickels.
For nickels. Yeah.
I like that. Justin Fields on the Jets, baby, new quarterback.
You know where to get him from, but it's not going to be for the 207 and 209.
He just misses throws.
I don't know what to tell you, Larry.
I've seen a lot of throws being missed.
When I am willing to hold on to him because when he starts scoring, 22, 24 points a game again, somebody's going to want him. And I'm not afraid to wait for that.
Let's listen to Shane is the worst, his take on Justin Fields.
Oh wait, is this live, or I thought you were going to play something?
I don't know what the hell he
Oh,
does.
no.
He went
No,
on
why?
the
Did
show.
it look like I was setting up some type of reel of some sort?
Yeah. Look, I think Fields is a good running back buy. That's how I look at him, right? Like
Running back.
From the perspective of it, if in the end of the season, right? One of the few times that we're willing to pay for a running back is the end of the season because we're going to get production out of them, and we know most likely this is a sunk cost. I'm never getting this money back. I can't flip this guy later at some point. That's how I look at Fields. Like if I can get him on my roster under the knowledge, or at least knowing that it's a 1-year thing, dude. You know what I mean? Don't count on it beyond that. Know that he's going to give you production this year. He's absolutely going to give you production. Whether he's going to be a good enough NFL quarterback to get another chance to do that, I don't know. That's questionable. But he'll be a top 10 quarterback in fantasy. He will.
Is he worth 2 seconds?
Yeah, I'll give 2 seconds for him.
Yeah.
Well,
now,
yeah.
Would he be worth like the 202 and 207?
It sounds very, very real to Larry Monkey. Yes, he should give you that.
That's about what I went with. And then he started this 3-way trade shit, and I was like, I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm just saying, like
what's wrong with the 209? What about the 202 and the 209?
I mean, what's the difference between the 207 and the 209, really?
I don't know, but Larry revoked that offer before I even had a chance to really pay attention to it, I don't think. Then he got into the Dalton
revoked it because it's your pick. The 209 is your pick.
Yeah, I understand. Well, it's not my pick right now. It came from this team, but Larry, I didn't play this league last year. It's not my pick. Give a shit about whose pick it was last year. Then Larry got into like a 2026 second and Dalton Schultz. I'm like, wait, what?
Dalton Schultz.
Hold on, they're getting worse here. Then he's like,
the 2-point tight end. Why doesn't anyone care about a 2-point tight end?
Because
we do, but not Dalton Schultz.
The premium only matters if they catch passes, Larry.
Schultz, he catches some.
What was he, tight end 20 this year or something like that in this league?
Oh, he wasn't that bad, was he?
Yes,
I think he was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Summary: tight end 20.
On it, really?
0.95 fantasy points per game. Oh, that was in regular PPR. So, what did he average in this league? Shit, right around 10 or 11 points.
Yeah, with 2-point PPR, that's not good.
Yeah, like come on, man.
That's not good.
Don't want that. Then it got into a 209 and a 2026 second. I'm like, these offers are not getting better. They're going backwards. That's Larry for you.
Wilson says, "I don't understand." Yeah, put his message up. Wilson.
Hold on. Yeah, I was waiting for a lull here. Look at this guy.
I don't understand what the Steelers. I don't understand what the Steelers is doing with their quarterback situation. Wilson and Rudolph are garbage. And I was so pissed when they traded Fields away. Is that fan Arthur Smith? So they didn't trade Fields. Right. They didn't give him a contract. Now, I think
they offered him $30 million. He got 40.
Did they? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I think they fucked themselves royally last year when they could have just continued to let him start.
Like, or just put him in in the playoffs, or start him when everything was falling apart again, because they lost the last 5, right?
I get it at that point. I look like you're panicked, but there was no reason to take him out in the first place. Like, you were winning, and then Russ came in there. The offense didn't run any better under Russ. Russ did what Russ does, right? He threw go balls and nothing in between. That's all it was. So I think and like you said, he got $10 million from the Jets, so he's like, I'm out. So yeah. I guess what's their plan now? Is Aaron Rodgers supposed to be going there, or maybe Minnesota, possibly New York? They're going to end up with Russ Wilson. It's going to look like the same thing it looked like last year. Sure, they'll have DK, so it'll be a little better, but not a lot. Not a lot.
Wilson, I don't think they have a plan at quarterback, and they're not willing to just shit on a year to get a quarterback. That's
Right.
one thing they haven't consistently done is, I mean, they just traded for DK Metcalf. Like, they're not willing to just say we're going to suck one year. They're like that dynasty team that's stuck in the middle that won't tank and can't and doesn't have enough assets to move up. They're just stuck.
Yeah,
being mediocre, being French.
Well,
playoff.
I mean, honestly, that's why they should have spent last year just running Fields out there. Like, just run him out there. And don't do the shit you did with him to start the year, where you're just like, hand the ball off and then go scramble around. Like, actually try to use him as a quarterback and see if there's anything there. And if there isn't, fine, you go 4-13. Like, and sure, you might not love Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward or Jackson Dart, but every one of them is infinitely better than going to war with Aaron fucking Rodgers for a year mercenary for what, 10 wins? It's one thing.
No, you're not getting 10 wins with Aaron Rodgers anymore.
But that's like
the running game.
That's the best case scenario, right? That's the best case scenario. You're not winning the Super Bowl.
Not on yourself. Best case scenario. Like, there is, if anybody, you watched Aaron Rodgers 3 years ago with the Packers, they won 8 games. The next year they brought in Jordan Love. They won. They were better. Their offense was like about a point a game better. They won another game. He tears his Achilles, comes back last year, cannot move in the pocket. Just takes a bazillion sacks, pressured, hurried all the time because the dude can't move in the pocket.
Right.
And they win what? How many games did they win last year, Larry? 4 or 5? I can't remember.
That doesn't matter.
And he was. I posted a tweet. He was like 24th or something in yards per attempt this year. His TD percentage was shitty low because he had the second most attempts in the league and still only threw like 28 touchdowns. I mean, it was like he was just trash. It was just a volume play this year, and he didn't even reach 4,000 yards. Second in the league in passing attempts and didn't reach 4,000 yards. That's a problem.
Yeah,
he's toast. It's over.
Yeah, Russ Wilson is free agent. He could end up with the Giants. So apparently the Giants are just the backup bitch for everyone, right?
Yes.
That's what it seems like. Like, so Aaron Rodgers is stalking Minnesota. Like, oh, why don't you guys want me? Why don't you like me? What's wrong with me? And they're just like, oh, no, we'll talk about it. We swear. Like, will he just go away? And he won't. He keeps standing outside their bedroom.
Yeah.
But eventually he's going to go away, and then he's going to end up probably, I would think, with the Steelers, right? He can't want to stay in New York, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
What about his wife? He's got that famous. She's got Russ Wilson's wife.
Sierra.
Like, wait, what?
She's not going to want to live in Pittsburgh when she could live in New York, right?
I don't think she cares. To be honest with you, she lived in Seattle for how many years?
Yeah, really.
I mean, like, in Seattle is like probably a nice place, but it's not.
It really doesn't matter where you live because it's so easy to jump on a plane and go somewhere.
Especially when you make that kind of money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, right. That's just like fucking.
I'm booking a private jet. It's not like me and you going, oh, well, I got to get to 8 o'clock at, you know what I mean? Like, the only plane out of Philly is 8 o'clock and I got to get to the airport at 6. They're like, no. Right now, they're like, I feel like going to LA. All right, call the G1 pilot and they set it up and then they're gone in an hour, you know? So for them, what does it matter, really?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
That's
and
like,
it's only.
I think where you live is so overrated for rich people. Yeah, like, they just don't give a shit because
it's more taxes is more the bigger thing, right? Yeah. So if you're in, I don't know, I'm guessing the taxes in New York are probably worse than they are in Cleveland. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Right. Yeah, I would assume the same thing. Yeah.
But, quite honestly, if you're that fucking rich, really, does $5 million break you either way, scumbag? Just pay the taxes so I can drive on a road that doesn't explode. There's potholes all over the place.
If you can send him down to Mississippi so we can pay some taxes down here, because we got some shitty potholes.
Oh, absolutely not. If it was up to me, we'd cut all taxes. Any benefits we're sending down that way, but that's a whole other fucking show.
Dude, Mississippi don't want it, man. We're the Yanks up here. We're the city slickers. They want no part of us. Speaking of which, has there been any hunting seasons on the horizon? The turkey season coming up
tomorrow, Larry.
Whoa!
No, that's a problem though because there's supposed to be tornadoes and shit tonight and tomorrow.
They should be
some sort of like level 5 something going on.
Dude, I like it.
You ever see a turkey get twisted up in a tornado? That must be fun. Watch them flying all over.
I hope they're still around after all this fucking weather. I hope they don't get twisted up in a tornado. Hang on, guys. Grab that branch and just hang on. I'm coming to shoot you.
How close have you gotten to a tornado? You must have a good story or two.
Me?
Yeah.
The closest that I know, and I don't know exactly how close, was I could hear the damn thing, but it was nighttime and I couldn't tell how far away it was. But I mean, it was loud. I was house sitting for a couple, probably about 40 minutes west of here. Back in the day, I lived in another town. I was house sitting for like 6 months for this. Like, they did like a
6 months, huh?
Well, they did like a professor exchange program. So he went overseas, and some professor came over here, and me and a buddy house set their house for 6 months.
Oh.
So we had a free place to stay. I was like, all right, cool.
Good time.
And it was like one of my buddy's professors, and he was like, "Hey, I got a spot open. If you want to come and chill over here, we'll crash at this joint." All right, cool, yeah.
All right, looks like.
And I was on the couch one night, and no kidding, when they say it sounds like a fucking train, it sounds like a train, like it's crazy loud. But I was like, "Oh, there's a tornado over there." You know, I'm 21, 22, something like that. I didn't care.
Hey,
Yeah, tornadoes can't kill me. Nothing can kill me.
Yeah.
Swimming in the pool in a lightning storm. We know who's drinking tonight. Jamie. Looks like he's pretty hammered. Look at this one.
I want to hear it. I want to hear a Shane Tinder story.
I don't have any. I don't have any lately. To be honest,
We haven't heard any dating updates on your shows these days.
That's a great question. Great
Scott
question.
Connor won't let you do that kind of stuff.
No, man, I've just given up. Literally, I don't even attempt it anymore. Like I've just flat out.
When was the last time you got laid? Or
Jeez,
sometime last year. Sometime
kidding
last
me?
year.
Come on, man! It's 2025,
like
bitch. You gotta get your shit together, man. You are a fucking Super Bowl champion.
I got to be honest with you. Rather than just dealing with someone else, I'd rather come home, lay on the sofa, and watch Doctor fucking Who.
Well, how about start playing doctor, and let's get out there, man. You got to seal the deal, baby. You got to be in it to win it.
You do, and I don't really feel like it. So
I don't feel like it. This guy, come on, dude.
Yeah,
where's the weighted vest? When was the last time you wore the weighted vest?
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Yeah, man. Look, it's you know how you get used to something. Like if I walk without it, it's like, bro, this.
You wore that to the parade, right?
No.
Bulletproof protection.
No. But it is funny when people see me sometimes and they think it's a vest. They're like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "It's a weighted vest, not a bulletproof vest." Like,
right.
Okay. I'm like, well, either way, it's Philly, so it would make sense either fucking way. Like, yes, I'm trying to get in shape, but also I don't want to get shot while I'm walking in the park. So it's functional and fashionable.
There's dudes around here that wear vests under their shirts because they think it's cool. Yeah.
Why?
What?
Because they think it's cool. I don't know, man. Like they want to be Army Rangers and shit. Have you never run into people like that? Like they think they want to be in the military, but they don't have the balls to actually join the military. And not to say that because I don't have the balls to join the military, but at least I don't pretend like I do.
Yeah, I don't. You know me. I'm trying to avoid talking to people as much as fucking possible. Like in the real world, definitely don't.
Right. I was gonna say if it comes through a computer, it's fine, but
fine. Right.
Fuck that shit. Right.
Yeah. Like I'd rather not speak to you if I don't have to. If I can work that out.
So, damn it. That was a great. Because we used to get into your love life back in the last time. Last few times you got nothing for us today.
I got to stand up on my own 2 feet.
So there has been a great big gap in between our last time we've gotten together. So, you have any kind of crazy story that you could share? Any underwear? Any underwear? Anything about underwear or something? Nothing about underwear.
No, nothing about underwear.
I felt like Larry was trying to pull a story out of you. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there should be. I don't know. Yeah, but have you ever grabbed somebody's underwear as a souvenir?
No, absolutely.
So you know who's done that?
You,
Salito. Serial killer motherfucker.
that is
right, Justin.
No.
It's our monthly Sal mention around here.
That's wild. No, man.
Oh yeah.
Like every look, I think I'm normal. Every time I was done with someone, I just wanted them as far away from me as possible, quickly as possible.
You know, used underwear is not as nice as people ever think. I don't know.
No, nothing about that.
I'm married. I know what used underwear is like.
Yeah,
It's not. It's
Used
not.
underwear.
Yeah.
Yes, the underwear that's left behind. No, fuck. Wash that shit. Whatever. But people keep that stuff like souvenirs. I don't get it.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, that's interesting.
You have some souvenir underwear, Larry?
No, I do not. I do not.
I mean, that shit would be 40. 50.
You ever do the laundry, Larry?
There you go.
It's not the souvenir. It's not the thing you want to keep as a souvenir.
You do the laundry. This is true. You know what it's like, bro.
Hey, let's not go. We're not going to go down the underwear laundry. There's a lot of underwear.
Absolutely not.
I actually wear some high end underwear. You know, I wear I'm a highbrow underwear wearer. As a matter of fact.
You know.
You ever hear of the brand Nads?
No, absolutely not.
I have.
You know, because
they'll change your life.
Okay, everything I buy is off Target.com or Amazon. Well, it used to
thrift
be.
shop.
Yeah, thrift shop underwear. You ain't beating those prices.
Yeah, man. I was, you get on the internet and all. Next thing you know, you're looking at all these fancy underwear. There's like high, and I'm like, you know what? Let me, because what happened was I needed some new underwear, and I could not duplicate the ones I used to have, and I'm like, I can't wear these anymore, and I need new ones, and I don't know where these are. I was like at a crossroads. I'm like, I bought some underwear, and it just wasn't working for me.
I absolutely cannot relate to any of this.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was replacing my underwear. Long story short, came across this brand that's expensive underwear. It's like $28 for one pair of underwear. So I ordered one pair, and I put them on. I was like, oh my God, this is life changing.
Yeah, no, I
those are the ones that have like they hold your balls up. Right?
It's just a great fit. It's just a great fit. It's a Nads. Look it up, like NADS. And so for Father's Day, I was like, because you never know what's any kind of holiday you're there. What do you want? I don't know. This time around, I was like, get me some Nads. I need some underwear.
Yeah.
Boom. Now I got a nice supply of high-end underwear, baby. Boxer briefs.
I'm perfect. Sorry, $34 a piece.
Oh, they went up a little bit.
Dude,
I think.
Okay, first of all, you know how many pairs of boxers that gets me from Hanes? That's something in the neighborhood of 20 boxers.
Yeah, but these are non-toxic.
I get it, Larry, because I get it because I spend money on socks. Like I'm a sock whore. I like nice socks. So I get it. Like when you wear nice socks, I'm assuming when you wear nice underwear, if you wear underwear, then that's a big deal.
Oh, look at this. Somebody said something about you not wearing underwear. Oh no, that was Shane not wearing underwear. No, this is where we're at, folks.
Didn't we have this discussion when I had my vasectomy a few years ago?
Oh my gosh.
I had to buy underwear.
Vasectomy. Me and Justin got the vasectomies right around similar time frame.
Oh, this is big vasectomy weekend is next week.
Next
week is the big vasectomy week on
right, so they can hang out on because
or Thursday, right? Thursday, March Madness starts or Wednesday night.
Yeah. We absolutely spent our post vasectomies doing different things, Larry.
Right.
I don't know what you did. I shot deer.
Yeah.
I shot deer while you were. I don't know what the hell you did.
I shot the sheriff.
So rookie. So what do you think of this rookie class, dude? I mean, where are you at on the QBs? Let's hear your take on the QBs.
I think everybody likes Cam Ward, right?
Sure.
Everybody knows
Anthony Richardson,
right? No one absolutely has any idea if they like Shedeur Sanders, although he's pretty polarizing. A lot of people are like, I hate that dude. I like him fine. Like I think there's
a fine QB too.
There's worse skill sets to have than doesn't make bad decisions and completes a high percentage of his passes
and does it under pressure.
Right. Like I'm good with that. Jackson Dart, I think he could be good. I like Tyler Shuck. And then that's it. Then that's
I'm like a statistics guy when it comes to the QBs when they say if quarterbacks drafted in the first 5 picks, they have like a 70-something hit rate. Then like after that, it's like less than 40, and then
Does
it's
that
really
hold true over the last like 6 years though? Because man, we have had some dumpster fires come through in the early
there's always been dumpster fires. I mean,
but I don't think that 70% holds true anymore.
Well, I mean, there's a number of great QBs that are playing right now, and we just had there were a couple of good seasons that kind of swayed that. Last season, it's almost like every quarterback hit, right?
Last season, yeah, they all hit.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. That's unprecedented. It's almost that's almost like the 1983.
Penix is no, JJ didn't because he couldn't walk, and Penix only played 6 games, so you could say he didn't hit. But as much as people bitched about Caleb, he actually had a very fine rookie season.
He had a nice rookie season.
Yeah. It's just that Jaden Daniels had the greatest rookie season ever of all time of a quarterback, and Bo Nix was really good.
Yeah, we kind of distorted the expectations because of what we've seen out of CJ Stroud and then these two guys the last 2 years. But you go back to 2021, you got 33% because T-Law, I guess, is a hit, and then Zach Wilson and Trey Lance in the top 5.
You have to call T-Law a hit, of course. You're starting him.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
And you never know. This guy's had so many.
Sam Darnold is a hit now.
I mean, this guy's been a revolving support. This guy's had it pretty rough.
I guess
they got a second contract out of it too.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, Mitch Trubisky. These are guys. Carson Wentz was top 5 guy.
I would say
Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota.
Those are all bad. That wasn't great.
I don't think in the last 10 years we got a 70% hit rate at the top 5.
Yeah.
So it's probably 50-50 at this point. The top
you got to call. Well, I mean, are you calling Baker a hit?
Yes,
you have to.
You have to.
I mean, how about the Browns fan? The Jets fan has it pretty bad, but the Browns fan, you had your quarterback and you let him go for what? Did he piss somebody off?
Baker was going to be who he is.
He was injured. Yeah, he was injured. Everyone got upset because he was injured.
They didn't want him there for whatever reason. But you saw you saw his skill set with Freddie Kitchens in his rookie year, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened there after that. And then you saw in Tampa the last 2 years, and last year especially. Like that's the Baker that reminds you of his rookie year, right? When he was like that, I woke up feeling dangerous.
It's like college Baker.
Yeah, he was. Did he move up to what, your QB2 that year?
No, immediately the OBJ trade, Odell Beckham Jr. trade. I mean, literally while we were on the show, and I was like, "Oh, he's my QB2" because he's coming off his rookie year.
If he had done last year what he did, if he had done what he did last year in his second season, he probably would have been QB1 or 2 still. He was just held on, Yeah,
and now he's got that stink on him that he will never get rid of because I mean, look, he washed out in Carolina, right?
Yep.
So, although again, Carolina had Baker and Sam Darnold, and
they both have identical contracts.
I'm not ready to call Sam Darnold a hit, though.
I will, based off of last year, compared to what he was, like what they got out of him compared to what Minnesota got out of him.
Right. But Baker and Sam Darnold are 2 different stories because Baker had actually done it before. Then he flamed out and then came back.
Baker led the Browns to the playoffs. So that's, I mean, that in itself is.
And then they said, we're going to get rid of you for this guy coming off a shoulder surgery. And not just that, he can't stop sticking his fingers up masseuse's butts while they walk by. Nice. And he's not even going to get to play half a year because
he never did get the stink off those hands.
Yeah. Look, I took an L on Deshaun too because I figured out when he comes back, what's the big deal? You're only sure you haven't played football in a year and a half. You'll be fine. Oops.
I did the same thing, Shane, and I don't understand it because we've seen players get injured and come back,
right,
and play well. But for him to not be injured, I mean, he played in the end of that season. He was. For whatever reason, mentally he's just fucking toast.
That's what I was gonna say. It's more in his head than anything.
Yeah.
And I look, you can't know someone's work ethic. He does not seem like a dude that put in the work, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. Like it just, I don't know. Like there's dudes there's quarterbacks that if they were off for a year and a half, like for whatever reason, they'd be doing all the other shit that you need to do that you can't do while you're playing. They would have been in the film, you know what I mean, in the coach's room, all that stuff. And I don't ever remember hearing anything like that about him at all. Like, oh, he's always around, you know what I mean? Like, even though he's not playing, he's always around. Like,
he was just on the trainer table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Jamie says, didn't Derek Anderson lead the Browns to a playoff once? Yeah, man, that dude had like a 27 touchdown, 2 interception season or something, didn't he?
Yeah, big
He had
old
a
Derek
crazy
Anderson.
season that one year, and then of course, who knows what happened to him after that?
Oh, what did happen to him? Did he sign with someone else? Big boy, 6'6". That's right, I remember him. No, he's in Cleveland for a long time.
Oh, it wasn't 27. It was 29 touchdowns and 19 picks that year. They went 10-5.
And
then the next
year,
yeah,
it was 2007. 2007, he went 20. Oh, he had 19 interceptions.
He did
have 29 and 19. Okay, and then they never let him start again after that. They're like, no.
Well, he started 9 games the next year and was just atrocious. He couldn't put the touchdowns. He could still throw the interceptions, but he couldn't.
I do remember when he went to Arizona that there was some like, oh, maybe he's going to get a chance to start here. Maybe. No, that didn't happen. Not at all.
Yeah. That guy wasn't it. Boy, his pro football reference picture is rough. He does not look like your franchise quarterback. You know, franchise quarterbacks generally are good looking dudes.
Yeah.
He looks goofy as fuck. He looks like he should be. He looks like he should be like at the pool with his age kids.
Yeah, you know, I'd say Lamar Jackson's probably the ugliest. Like just the Venn diagram of best but ugliest quarterback would be Lamar Jackson, because that is one unattractive man. You know what I mean? He is very unattractive.
Not a Lamar guy, huh?
Yeah, he's not a Jalen Hurts. Say that.
Oh, no. Shane's got a crush.
Yeah. All right. Well, Shane's going to turn to a pumpkin soon, I believe.
Yeah, my eyes are getting little.
Oh, look at this guy, this motherfucker. Hold on. Justin's trying to squeeze me on Justin Fields right now.
202 and 207 is fair, but I would take 202 and 209. What
about okay, how about this one?
The 208.
You know it.
Just send it. We'll make the deal. We'll make it.
Yes. Oh, you're getting a steal right now.
I need picks.
You're getting 2 picks.
This team is needy. It's needy.
2 picks, you motherfucker. 2 for 1. This is two starters right now. You're getting.
This is risk over. Plus, you don't have enough spots really for all those picks.
Oh yes, I
do. Now he's got an extra quarterback.
Well, for a season, maybe.
No,
we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, he can connect. Oh, it's done. Justin Fields is on my roster as my QB3 right now.
Live on the show.
Actually, my QB2. I mean, JJ McCarthy needs to really.
I'd start him over JJ McCarthy. He may not be your QB2 in value, but I would. Week 1, I'm starting Justin Fields.
So real quick before we let Shane go, is Justin was telling me how great. He didn't tell me how great my team was going to be, but he was just like, "You don't think?" I was like, so I was offering the 26 second, and he's and I'm like, "It's going to be an early second," and he was like, "You don't think it's going to be an early second?"
I said, "You don't believe that."
Right. And I'm like, dude, I have 3 starters on my team right now. 3.
You have 4 starters. You have 4.
Well, JJ McCarthy is like, okay. Is he a starter? Have they anointed him yet? You know, he hasn't. I mean, Rodgers could sign there. They're still open to signing him.
I don't know. I don't think they're open to signing him. I just
my entire team with nobody on my bench except for like Darius Slayton and Keanu.
You're right. You're right, Larry. But what I'm saying is, you don't believe that because you have 6 firsts and like 4 or 5 seconds at the time.
Well,
so you didn't actually believe that because I know you're going to try and make more moves and get starters, yada yada yada.
Well,
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit
Larry.
Here and say,
Larry's in a position where he should probably be trying to get the 101 off of me.
Yes. I don't understand what he's doing. Well, he's probably content with Amari and Hampton and all those.
Well,
guys.
I mean, who are you taking with the 101? Let's get into that.
He's not getting Amari and Hampton at 104. He better not.
He's got doesn't he have like 102, 103, 104?
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. It's Ashton Genty. If I can't move it, I'm just going to draft Ashton Genty. And then
Larry
next
has
year,
102 through 106.
yeah, you're right.
3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
He can have
5,
one.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's not going to get the premier running back out of this class, Ashton Genty, who's in his own tier.
I wonder what the 101 would cost in this situation.
Sammy Watkins was taken pretty early too.
Sammy Watkins, you definitely pulled out Sammy Watkins
in rookie drafts. He was an early rookie pick.
He was.
Anyway, it was great hanging with you, my man. Oh, so missed you. I mean, we need to hang. I have a Randall Cunningham jersey for you.
Well, we actually don't live all that far away from you.
No, I know. I'm super busy. I know you.
We'll
can probably make it happen.
We can go out to a bar one night. Night's a very strong word. Early evening.
Oh, happy hour.
Yeah. It's 10:45 and Shane's eyes are burning. So
yeah.
So if we left at the same time, I think it would take maybe 40 minutes for each of us.
Yeah. Well, it's actually not bad, but we would definitely have to be there at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
We'll meet up right in front of Outhouse's house, and we won't see him.
All right, I like it.
Anyway, Destination Devi. Shane says it's rock and roll, baby. We'll see you. Hey, what are you doing for the draft? A million thanks.
We'll be streaming a pregame show before the draft, and then on the DDFB YouTube channel, and then I think we're jumping on Ray's the big channel for the draft itself. So,
okay.
Well, if you pop out there at any time you want to stop in on the draft party, we'll be around like usual.
I'll got
just send you the link for no reason, and if you could do it, that's cool. If not, no biggie.
You got it, my friends.
Cheez-Its.
All right,
later.
All right, bro,
later,
man. Yes.
Oh man,
that was fun.
Man. The first part of this conversation, the whole 15 minutes of podcast or whatever y'all were at when I got
in.
Yeah.
Well, you having back issues? I thought you were having trouble with putting somebody to sleep.
Well, okay. So when we got home, I grabbed the heating pad and laid down in the bed, took a nap, popped some Advil. And I woke up at 7:40. I woke up at 7:20, and the kids were eating dinner, and I was like, "Oh shit," because it's 8:30 my time. Yep. And they still need a bath and put her to bed. I was like, "Oh crap, I'm screwed. There's no way."
Well, it's funny.
I messaged you on GroupMe. I don't know if you saw it. I was like, "I'm gonna be late."
I did.
Oh, that's right. Because you said okay or whatever. Yeah.
I didn't see it till late because I was putting Colin to sleep, and Stephanie came in and woke me up at 9:15 and said, "Don't you have a show at 9:30?" And I was like, yeah. So I had fallen asleep. So yeah, and Shane's like, "Where's the link?"
Yeah, man. So I'm fighting this back thing. The air mattress that we had. So we had air mattresses. I had a huge tent. The tent advertises can 2 queen beds. So we had 2 queen beds plus a toddler bed in there. And
camping?
Yeah, we went camping last night.
And that's what screwed up your back?
Yeah, I think that air mattress screwed my back up.
Yikes.
So, yep. Yeah, we need a new air mattress because it has this slow leak.
Did you get a fire going?
Yeah, we had a fire going. But then when the kids went to bed, we were going to go back out and drink some more beer and hang out. My wife laid down, so I was like, all right, I'll lay down next to you. My son was a fucking whirlwind in there, just a tornado.
Yes.
My daughter's trying to go to sleep, and he's a nut job. So I'm like, I'm straight jacketing him. No kidding, legs around him, grabbed a hold of him. And he's like, no, let me go. I'm like, no, I'm not letting you go, dude. So anyways, I laid down with her after I got him settled down. And then we both fell asleep, and that was that. So, yeah. So there was no even chill, post kids chilling by the fire thing. But that mattress I like a real firm. My sleep number is set to 95. I like a really firm mattress, and that thing it wasn't like it was flat by any means, but lost just enough air that it was too soft, I think, and it wrecked me. It got worse and worse throughout the day. So I don't know. This morning, I was like, oh, it's a little stiff. Oh, tornado watch. It's happening. Here they come. Yeah, this morning I was able to pack up camp and take it all down and put it all in the truck, and then by the afternoon, I was like, shit, I can't lift my arm above my shoulder. So,
Wow.
oh no. It's feeling a little bit better right now, but like from the nap and the Advil and the heating pad, but I can feel it starting to stiffen up again. So,
All
see.
right. So real quick, I don't know how much time you got, but
I got time. I got nothing but
all
time.
right. The Garrett Wilson value.
Let's do it.
check.
I want to hear.
Want me to put the screen up?
Yeah, of course.
Share the screen. Present. Share screen. I just made this happen, so I have not enough time to set it up. But here it is. Let's go big time. Boom.
Let me get my full screen so I can see
Right
this
here.
too. There we go.
And yeah, this is how it works right from the start. Let's get a good one here. Roma Dunze or Garrett Wilson? Yikes.
Wow.
I'm taking a Wilson 100 times out of 100
Easy,
times.
easy. I'm just hoping Roma Dunze becomes what Garrett Wilson is.
This is one's interesting. AJ Brown in the 113. I guess that's a bonus pick in a 12 team.
Yeah.
Or Garrett in the 206.
I think that's fair. What's the
Yeah.
difference what's the difference between the 13th pick and the 20th pick this year? Or the 19th pick this year, I mean.
I think there is quite a bit of a difference. I mean, you're right. Absolutely right. Because you got these guys like Dylan Sampson, like these running backs coming out of the woodwork. You never know. And with all the tight ends coming in as well.
I'll take Garrett Wilson.
We don't know where the we don't know where the quarterbacks. There's apparently some project quarterbacks coming out that might turn into something, even though history tells us that that's not the case.
I like this Garrett Wilson George Pickens trade there.
Where is that?
Garrett Wilson in the 109 or Pickens in the 104 and the 304.
Wow,
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
I think Pickens in the 104 or Wilson in the 109.
I'm weighing in, or I'm factoring in the DK Metcalf stuff.
See, when I see 104, I factor in my choice of because it's going to be obviously Genty Ward, and then it's whatever floats your boat after that, right?
Yeah, probably.
So 104, you're going to have the pick of the litter after the top two guys. So I feel like that's a fair deal, I guess.
It's fair, yeah. I just don't know that. I don't know that George Pickens is much of an asset with DK Metcalf there in that offense.
We saw the DLF ADP where Wilson was valued at the 102. So it's almost like the 102 and 109, or Pickens and the 104.
We could just cross out the 104 and Garrett Wilson. So then it's like George Pickens in the 304 or the 109.
Right. Pickens in the 109. I think I'm taking the 109 over Pickens.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I'd rather take a running back there than bank on getting anything from. It scares me with DK Metcalf there in that offense with who knows what quarterback. I don't feel great about it. All right, scrolling down, what do we got? There's Garrett Wilson of the 102. You're not seeing the 106 down here.
Yeah, Garrett. So, yep, you're right. Garrett Wilson, Michael Mayer. Okay, Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas. Michael Mayer could get traded by the Raiders.
Right. If he gets traded, he could be an asset. Give me Brian Thomas.
Right. I mean, Michael Mayer on the somebody like the Jets even, or the Patriots, because those guys are getting long in the tooth. But yeah, I don't know. I think I like Brian Thomas. Right.
I do. I think his ceiling is higher. So,
I mean, Brian Thomas is already. I mean, it was a serious receiving class, and he's had a better
season. He had a better season as a rookie than Garrett Wilson has had. Isn't that correct?
I don't know. Wilson's had some pretty impressive seasons, but anyway, Wilson and a first, second, and third, and Tyron Tracy.
I don't know where those are.
26. Yeah, just give me Wilson.
Right.
Again, Wilson and a bunch of junk.
A bunch of junk.
Cousins, ETN, Diggs, Kirk. You like this? You like this lot over Wilson?
No.
It's just a whole bunch of folks that people don't want to trade.
Right. I mean, Kirk Cousins. We don't even know if Kirk Cousins is going to start this year anywhere. Travis Etienne was trash last year. I have no idea if he's going to be better this year. Stephon Diggs is old, and where's he playing? And Christian Kirk.
This next one is serious. Wilson and the 111 or Brees Hall and Sam Laporta. I think I like Hall and Laporta.
I want Hall and Laporta. I don't know if there's a premium on that, but I want Hall and Laporta.
Let's assume there is, yeah.
Oh, it's safe leagues. So there is.
That's 2 point.
Yeah.
That makes it even more of a no-brainer.
Yeah. This one's interesting. Oh, it's IDP. Never mind. I got to the Nick Bosa thing. I'm like, I can't do it.
And it's just this a weird one.
More IDP. Keep going.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby, Travis Etienne, a third and a fourth, or Garrett Wilson. What?
Gross.
What? Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, 1,000 times.
Here we go. Straight up. Because don't worry about Ben Sinnott in the third. Garrett Wilson or JSN. Ooh.
I'm taking Wilson.
I'm taking Jackson Smith and Jigba. Who was the better receiver in college when they were on the same team?
Well, JSN was like a phenom.
Uh-huh. And
but Wilson did more. Like Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN had like one good season, right? And he had a bad ankle one year.
When they played together, that he was better though.
Oh, okay. That's not.
That was what the big deal when it was him and Olave and Wilson. It's like, and Jigba was the better receiver. Let's see in 2021.
This guy's a steal. Here's a steal right here. JSN and Garrett Wilson for Achane and Nico Collins. I'm taking those wide receivers all day.
Yes, me too. The two wide receivers. Yeah.
Not
Jeez,
bad.
that team, man, that Ohio State team in 2021 with JSN, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Marvin Harrison Jr. and
Ruckert.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna mention him. Yeah, Rucker was there too. Yeah, and Emeka Egbuka. That's going to be 5 first-round wide receivers if Egbuka gets first-round capital all in the same.
What do you think of this Herbert Wilson deal here? Justin Herbert, Garrett Wilson, or Jordan Love, George Pickens, and a 25 first.
Okay,
Swanson, let's go. I gotta go see.
All right, let's see where the first is.
Ron Swanson.
Let's go. That is interesting because I think Herbert and Love are probably pretty close. I mean, they have to be kind of. So then, where's that first? I'm going to guess like the 110.
It's 10 and he was 10 and 4. Let me see if I can get a power ranking.
Oh, okay. So
there's like divisions.
Sure, but it's 10 and 4. It's a playoff. It's a playoff first, so it's later.
Yeah, he's the second overall team, so it's it's
111.
Yep.
Yeah. That's. Give me Herbert and Wilson. I still want Herbert over Jordan Love, and I think that's gonna. I think you're gonna see that team ascend in passing.
I mean, Pickens is still, he acts up, and that's a big deal.
And again,
you never know. He could punch somebody in the face and get suspended for a game.
Well, and again, he's also got DK Metcalf to contend with, and he's never had anybody to contend with before. So nobody of real substance.
Kyler Murray or Garrett Wilson and a 25
and a first.
Purple Cobras.
That was back in October. So I mean, back in November. We've gone too far.
Oh yeah, that was the first.
Not too far. Who knows what the hell?
It's a rip-off team.
All right. Well, I think we've established 102, 104 is probably about right with some deep trades. I think that's reasonable. But we've already done our trade, so now we'll only have to have.
What's going on here?
I don't know what you've done.
What have I done? Hide chat. Exit full screen. Here we go. Oh no.
Where are we at? There we are.
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here. Here we go.
Yeah. No, Jamie, I know he only had 9 receptions. Marvin Harrison didn't do anything that year either. It's just crazy that all 5 of those guys were on the same team. Egbuka only had 9 receptions. Marvin Harrison had like 139 yards. I don't have it up now, but I mean they did nothing, but they were behind 3 first rounders, as babies, little babies. Garrett Wilson or Kyler Murray straight up? I'm taking Kyler Murray. What are you doing there?
Yeah, you have to take Kyler Murray.
Larry, yeah.
You have to take.
Like I always like Jamie's questions. Hey, Jamie, you may not know this, but you're going to be in the listener league. We're not taking no for an answer.
Oh, you know that Wilson wants to be in the listener.
Yeah, I
league.
saw that. So I'll hit him up. I'll hit him up. So we'll get him in. He spent a lot of years in.
He's a big fishbowl guy. He likes to. He tries to get in through us a couple of years in a row now.
Yep. Yeah, he always does our contests and stuff.
Yes. So yeah, that's 2 of the 3. So yeah, get in the listener league. We have 1 spot left, right? We have 3 spots or 4 spots.
I think we have 4.
It's a 3.
I've not looked. It's been a little bit low on my priority list as I try to get my shit together this year. Not like negatively. I'm just slammed at work. It's been great, but at the same time, it's been miserable. So. Picked up too many clients over the last year and a half.
Okay, you maybe need to hire somebody to help you.
Have you ever tried to hire someone that's affordable?
You get a young kid, man. You get
there's your problem right there.
Kid.
You ever tried? Have you tried to hire a young kid these days?
My 18-year-old nephew or 19-year-old nephew takes care of my dad.
Yeah. I have an issue with like dependability. I need you there because what happens if I schedule a job that requires 2 people and that second guy doesn't show up? I'm screwed.
Apprentice.
Yeah. The problem is that if I schedule a job where it's 2 people and this motherfucker doesn't show up, I gotta beat his ass and I don't make money that day. No, it's just hard to find like dependable people. All right, Eddie in the chat. Steady Eddie says Garrett Wilson or Puka. I got 2 arguments. Puka's ceiling is higher. Garrett Wilson's healthier because Puka has been missing a shit ton of games through his college career into the pros. What do you think, Larry?
Well, Steady's been trying to get Puka from me.
Yes.
And I almost feel like I don't know. I mean, Puka he gets the 17 target games.
Oh no, it's crazy when he's on the field. He's obviously a stud.
And Stafford's back. Devontae Adams is there to take even more pressure off of Puka.
Yes.
So it's like what? Oh, look at here's Jamie off the top rope. He always comes off the top rope at least one time during the show.
Well, he's right though. There's no way Garrett Wilson should be considered a top 6 wide receiver. But then again, I don't consider Puka a top 6 wide receiver either.
So what's the plus you need on top of Garrett if you want Puka?
Oh, well, that's it. I don't know, but Jamie just put in the chat Puka or Garrett Wilson and the 107. That's easily Garrett Wilson. That's too easy to answer. Because I don't think they're that far apart. I think
that's Steady Eddie.
I think I'd have Puka like wide receiver 8 and Garrett Wilson like wide receiver 13 or something like that. If just off the top of my head.
So what are you saying? Like Puka, Garrett, and a second?
Yeah,
or Puka?
something like that.
Oh, let's go, baby. Yeah, man. I mean, Puka has the capability. His ceiling is off the charts.
Yes.
I mean, and Garrett is just like he's on the Jets. They can't get it right. Okay, so he's had a couple of great seasons with some different quarterbacks. Okay, great. But Puka Nacua is getting 17 targets a game.
No, it's true. The only issue with Puka is that how healthy can he be?
Mm-hmm.
Which and just running over here to keep trade cut, Puka is wide receiver 7, and Garrett Wilson's wide receiver 13. So I'm not off the top of my head. I had 8 and 13. That's probably about right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like there's the guys behind him are Nico Collins, Drake London, Marvin Harrison Jr., JSN. Like it's about whatever. So 7 seems about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second. Look at this. 107 is like a Puka.
That's probably true. It's like Igbuka, who is wide receiver.
That's where he goes. It's all going to be landing spots. That's where landing spot comes into play.
Again, I think Jamie's just bringing up like who could it be, in that range.
Who's the AJ Brown that goes to Tennessee where you're like, oh man, that's an AJ Brown takes a hit.
We don't have an AJ Brown.
Would have been the 102, but now he's going to be the 109. Like, is there anybody in this draft?
No, because we don't have a consensus 102 right now. Like, we don't have a consensus 102. Tet McMillan is, of non QBs, Tet McMillan is, I guess, the closest. But the problem is that we don't. This league, or this draft, is not loaded with elite talent. It's just not. It's loaded with very good players who, with the right landing spot, will command dynasty draft capital. But we don't have the player that's like, man, that player's great. Besides Genty, Hampton's going to be good. Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson, if they get landing spots, could be good. Caleb Johnson could be good. Like there are people. If Luther Burden gets in the right spot, he'll be nice. If Igbuka gets a nice little spot where he can find us, like if they have wherever Igbuka lands, if they've got slot targets available, he's going to be nice. But the same thing could happen where they end up in the, like if Igbuka goes to the Cowboys or something stupid like that, I'm out because CeeDee Lamb plays the slot. I think then they're going to be trying to push Igbuka out onto the perimeter some, and it's going to be a bad fit. I think we're going to find situations like that. We're going to find running backs that end up sitting behind a Josh Jacobs or, a Derrick Henry, like just stuck behind them for a year. And losing a year of production from a 4-year bet is not great. Because I'm not betting for anything more than 4 years out of a running back. Otherwise, we end up with Najee Harris.
We're going to get a big first round.
No, I think we're going to be solid for the first round. I just don't think that there's the top of the draft is loaded with elite talent. And I just don't think we have that this year. So
yeah, man, definitely need a plus on the Garrett Wilson side here. As I'm looking at it, as I click on it, I'm like, yeah, I need more. Like when you're looking at it visually, you're like Puka Nacua, and then Garrett Wilson. Like it's a clear. They're not as so much in the same tier as you may think.
No, they're not in the same tier by any means.
Yeah,
there's a separation there. My wife's sneaking by, half asleep from passing out with my son.
Oh. She's not out partying tonight?
No, there's no partying tonight.
Oh,
we're
dude.
both wiped from sleeping.
I know. Well, yeah, you're sleeping on an air mattress. Did you wake up and the air mattress was deflated?
No, it just, like I said, it's such a slow leak that it just wasn't firm anymore. So, and we had, okay, so at this place, if you guys ever heard of Jellystone, like there's it's like a chain of campgrounds and stuff. Anyways, we have a Jellystone like 20 minutes from the house here. It's the first time that we've ever been over there. First time that anyone else in the family has camped. Of course, I've spent, I don't know, hundreds of days in a tent, hundreds of nights in a tent. But my wife has never spent a night in the tent. The kids have never spent a night in the tent. So it was their first night.
Ever?
And we've got these
with this tent.
Ever.
Oh, wow.
Ever in a tent, ever. And
yeah, you did say Jellystone.
Yeah, so they rent out golf carts, and I think people were out there at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning doing donuts in their golf cart, which, on gravel is loud as.
This big party in campground?
Yes, there was definitely music going on, drinking. They've got a splash pad. Jamie says Jellystone was Yogi Bear's home. Exactly. There's Yogi Bear stuff all over the place in there. Like the souvenirs the kids got were Yogi Bear stuff. So, yeah.
What?
Hey, boo-boo. Let's go steal a picnic basket.
So, what's the closest music festival to where you live?
There's a couple. There's Voodoo Fest in New Orleans. There's Memphis in May, Beale Street Music Festival in Memphis. And the Hangout Fest doesn't exist anymore. That was
that was on the Gulf Shores.
Yeah, I went to that a couple times. So the only one I haven't done is Voodoo Fest. There's another one in New Orleans that I have done. I can't remember what it is. I'm drawing a blank right now. Drawing a blank. I love a festival, but Memphis in May. I don't know what their music lineup is like. That one's usually like first weekend of May, something like that.
How about that one? The dynasty. So Justin and I got into it on the in a side in a we were sliding into each other's DMs arguing about this three-way that I wanted to get into, and he had some
Well, I just want
trepidation.
No, I didn't have trepidation. I was just trying to figure out how to sell the other guy, and it wasn't with what we were offering him. It just wasn't.
So I posted a poll: the 106, 202, and the 301 for Wilson and Fields. The Wilson and Fields side crushes the picks side.
I think what you should have done is you should have written in what he was going to get, which is giving away T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson and getting the 106, Derrick Henry, Jacoby Myers, and the 202. That's the poll you should have said, and it would have been T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson crushing that one too. And that's what I was not arguing our compensation. You were already winning. You knew you were winning that one. I was content, happy with T. Higgins getting rid of Derrick Henry and Justin Fields. But my issue was that he was not going to accept that. And that's what I was telling you, is that you need to find something for him that he likes, because that guy was not going to sell T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson for that dumpster fire that we were sending him.
So with that being said, I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, the Dynasty Dad at Dynasty Dad FF, he commented. This is a 40K follower guy.
Sure.
Quote tweeted us and said, "Great question, Hot Saucy. It's the Jets stack all day for me." So this dad, who's probably just me and you, he agrees with us. Yes, which I now agree with as well, since I just made this deal. So now I can try to work on this Wilson deal, because there are no legit wide receivers. Apparently, I feel like there are going to be some wide receivers that
we know there will be successful wide receivers.
Oh, of course there will be.
But are you going to pick the right one? Because if of the top 4 or 5, how many are going to hit? 2 or 3?
They're making it.
You're going to have a couple that are just going to be duds, like every year.
They're making it sound like it's just a bunch of Josh Downs coming out.
Well, I don't know if they're doing quite that.
Like that's, I mean, they're just like Tevin Millen. Yeah, he'll make a great wide receiver too. Like what? Well, I'm not dropping a 102 or 103 on a wide receiver 2. That's what I'm hearing and seeing.
That's the issue, though.
All these analysts.
We know there will be players that pop up, but when you're projecting, you can't be like, oh yeah, every one of these guys is gonna be a wide receiver 1.
Oh no, I just traded Puka Nacua. Fuck.
What have you done?
Steady Eddie, you bitch. No, I proposed this trade, and he snap accepted it. But
okay, let's hear the trade.
Okay with it. It's the Wilson and the 203 for Puka.
Okay. And as you sent it, and then you talked yourself out of it, but you didn't unsend it.
I did not. But you know what? The reason why. Oh, look at this guy live on the air trade. Steady Eddie. Steady in the hizzy. Yeah. So there's another reason why I was eager, or not eager, but just keen or willing to sell, is because I have Devontae Adams and Kyren Williams on this friggin' team. So, I mean, I know that the Rams are going to put up some points, and Puka's probably going to lead the charge. Yeah. But at least I'll have a little diversification here. Now I have the Fields Wilson stack, sitting on this team if they are to rise to the top. But I mean, my starters. Wait, no, I don't have Fields on this team. What the hell am I talking about? I'm like cross-pollinating leagues right now.
Yeah.
This is a Puka Garrett Wilson. So yeah, I have Garrett Wilson, which I've been after since he was drafted as a rookie in this league. Like I've been after Garrett Wilson forever. I have proposed the Wilson for Puka straight up and been declined. So the fact that I was able to get a little 203 sweetener, which is, and again, this is the league that should not exist right now because my team is so superior. It's elite. it's a legendary team. Lamar Jackson, Bijan Robinson, Amir Gibbs, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, David Njoku, Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams, Jawan Jennings, Chris Olave, Sam Darnold. I have the 104, the 109, and the 203. Potentially 3 other starters. This is a start 13, by the way. Superflex. 1.75.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a nice team.
I'm a 2-year champion. 2 in a row. I'm going for the turkey this year.
The turkey.
And I have 2 first-round picks and a 203 to pile on now. So yeah, I just traded Puka, but I had Devontae and Kyron Williams, and that was the reason I parted with Puka. I'm probably one of these 2 guys probably will not be on the team. Probably I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, another live trade. Holy moly! Holy shit! 2 live trades tonight.
2
folks.
live trades in one show.
Oh,
yeah.
Yikes!
Yeah, I've got to make some more moves in that league, where we just made the deal. Just because
the Renegades League, I can tell you the traders are obviously Dickey is a good trader.
Right.
That's just his league. He's the commish. Actually, yeah, Ivan the Fan. He's he's good. Obviously, Shane. A lot of the guys. Most of the folks here are good traders. It's a decent league as far as trades go. But
sure
again, some of the guys are rubbish. So.
And I think it'll probably pick up in a few weeks when we do the draft and all that, which I don't know when that is. Shortly after. Gosh, we only have like 6 weeks till the NFL draft.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Hold on,
get that coffee upstairs. Mute it. Is Larry gonna mute himself? I can't tell if he's muted or not. It didn't show up on the screen.
I am muted, and the party must end.
Yep. He's been summoned, folks.
The kid is the 3-year-old is awake, and the wife does not want to deal with it. So, that's my deal.
I guess that's time for my bowl of cereal then.
Cereal time. Hey,
back on the heating pad.
Friday night show, and I feel like we have swags next week.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, but like on Monday, right?
Is it?
I don't know.
Swags in a couple days.
I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up and
I
look.
feel like this is almost like. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, this stream's
3/19. So no, Wednesday. Swags on Wednesday.
Perfect. So this can break. This is almost this might be a 2-episode or it's not too bad.
Nah, it's all right.
Cut it up hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
brother.
Did we peace out yet? We did not.
No,
we will peace out. Peace out. Peace in the Middle East. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod.
1, 2, 3, 4.